All right. Good morning, guys. So I'm gonna walk you through this. All right. Kind of a big step today. It's gonna look more overwhelming than what it really is. All right. So here's the plan. Yesterday, you had an opportunity to rough things out on this document right here. Okay. And I'm not exactly sure how far you got yesterday, but moving forward, these are the things that matter most. Okay. First, you have to know your general purpose. Okay, whether you're going to express and reflect, evaluate and judge, etc. I'll get to that in just a moment. The other thing that you have to know is your subject. What is your topic? All right. And again, you had the four. Let me get my face out of the way here. You had four to choose from at the top here. Okay, motivation, stress, anxiety, peer pressure, success, or failure. All right, those are big general topics, and you need to know that for right now. Um, and if you have those things figured out, if you have your topic, if you have your purpose figured out, that's all that we need for right now. We will come back to tone, we will come back to audience and those things a little later on. And the reason we're going to come back to them is because after today's task, those things may change a little bit. All right. So at least yesterday you had an opportunity to think those things through. But please know that writing is a process, that planning is a process, that creative processes require us to make changes as we go. So don't be bummed out if you have to make some changes. All right. Flipping back over to today's um, uh, task. All right. And so our goal today is to go from purpose to form. All right. And so our goal by the end of the today is to really know what our general purpose is, to have a purpose statement in mind. All right. And then to also have some ideas in mind for what genre or form we might use. Okay. And so I have made this resource for you. And our goal is to basically answer the question today: what genre will help me achieve my purpose? All right. Now, technically speaking, genre and form are two different things, but for our purpose, we are just going to basically think of them as the same thing. All right, it's the form that your writing is going to take. Maybe you'll write a short story, maybe you'll write an essay, maybe you'll write a to-do list. Okay, it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish or achieve with your purpose, and choosing the form or genre that's best going to support that particular end. All right, and so this is what I have done. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. I have not necessarily been 100% in love with the purpose resource that I've been sharing with you. And so this morning I decided, you know what, I'm going to redo it a little bit. Okay. And so I have done that. I took our original purpose form and I created this. All right. And I also made an executive change here. I like the idea of reflect and express because I think we look back and then we express what we have discovered from that looking back. So now instead of express and reflect, we're going to call it reflect and express. Okay. And this is the key here that I want you to remember. So what I've offered is a key phrase, and then I've also offered, and I'm not going to read through all of this. I've offered some additional information to help you situate you in the idea of this particular real world writing purpose. Okay. So really quickly here, to reflect and express is to think about like this is personal. This is about a personal event or experience from your own life. Okay. Inform and explain. I want the world to know. You want the world to know something. You're going to share information. Um, Evaluate and judge. Yes, I am judging you. Here you're judging someone or something. That's the whole point. Okay. Inquire and explore. I have questions that need answered. Analyze and interpret. I need to take a closer look at something, think under the microscope here, think about breaking things down into parts to better understand the whole. All right. Take a stand and propose a solution. I've had enough. All right. Something has to change, and you have an idea for how you might change that. Okay. So there's kind of a reboot of our purpose resource. All right. So that is on the left. Okay. So as you're thinking about your purpose today, these are the 6 purposes that I want you to think about as your core or central purpose to the piece of writing that you're going to do. All right. Then I want you to start thinking about form, okay, or genre. And so down here further, I have provided a list of genres, okay? Some of these things you'll know what they are, some of these things you won't know what they are, and they may require or will require some additional research, even if you do know what they are, and I'll get to that in just a wee bit of time. So the thing that I want you to think about now is I want you to think about, okay, I'm going to reflect and express. Well, what I have done is I provided some possible genres out here to the right, okay? This does not mean that these are the only ones to choose from, and I did select them from this list down here. And then that's the other thing. This is a brief list. There are other things that are out there that you might want to consider, but I think overall this provides a pretty comprehensive list of the different genres that are out there for you to choose from. Okay, so with that, all right, on the left hand side we have the purpose, on the right hand side we have the possible genres or forms, and again, just a few possibilities that I threw out there. You are not limited to what's there. Matter of fact, I think with enough energy, effort, and drive and creativity, you could probably take any of these genres and make them work. All right, I believe that I could take the genre poetry and I could achieve every one of these purposes out here with some creativity and some effort. All right, and so you're only limited by your imagination here, kiddos. Now, before you get too far down the road here today with making your selection, I don't want you just to jump straight to like, oh, I'm going to write a poem. There's some things that I want you to think about. All right, and so I'm going to ask you to answer these decision making questions. All right, as we work through the process here. What is my general topic? Example, anxiety. How have I narrowed my topic? Example, the effect that anxiety has had on me as a student. Okay. What is my general purpose? Well, my general purpose is to express and reflect, but I'm going to change that because we have decided to go with oops, nice. Oh my gosh, you guys get to see how terrible a typist I am. And sorry about that. Okay, what is my purpose statement? I want it to be something like this. I want to reflect and express about, all right? I want to evaluate and judge. But you have to finish that sentence and it's going to add specificity to your purpose, all right? My general purpose is to reflect and express. My purpose statement is more specific. I want to reflect and express about a bad experience I had in 5th grade with anxiety. So I've taken the big topic, can't see me here. I want to make sure you see my big arms. All right, you've taken the big topic of anxiety, and we've narrowed it down to this anxiety, a moment of anxiety that I had in 5th grade. All right, and that is going to help me narrow my focus so I can hopefully better achieve my purpose. Okay, and then finally, two more or three more questions. What genres might help me achieve my purpose? And so I just picked some from the list here that seemed appealing to me. And I say appealing to me because I'm also thinking about what things are going to fit me as a writer. I like to write poetry. I like to write narratives. I like to be creative. Some of us don't like to do that, all right? And so if you're not good at writing poems, I don't think that genre fits you very well. And I'm not saying you can't challenge yourself, but I don't want you to do something that you don't want to do either, all right? So please consider who you are as a writer and what you want to do, and let that help drive the selection process as well. And then finally, down here at the bottom, I want you to commit, at least at this time. All right. At this time, what genre seems to best fit me and my purpose? Example, at this time, I think a poem is a genre that will best fit me and my purpose. I think I can write a poem about this event in 5th grade and achieve my purpose of expressing and reflecting about how anxiety has affected me as a student. Okay. So that is what today's task is going to look like. As a matter of fact, it's going to look like this for the next couple of days, which I will explain in a different video. But for now, I've been going on for too long. Essentially, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to get down here at the end where you have selected a genre that's going to help you achieve your purpose in a way that fits you and in a way that's going to support your arriving at the end that you need to with the purpose that you have narrowed down and selected. Okay, hopefully this helps. As always, reach out if you need